Good morning, it's Ben from BMW of Lafayette. Today I wanted to talk about a little bit of the differences of the standard trim line compared to an M Sport trim line, all the way up to the M car. What I've got here today is an M340xi as kind of an example to start with, to give you a baseline, to explain some of the differences mechanically and aesthetically in each one of the vehicles. All of them share the same chassis, from a 3 Series 4-cylinder option to an M340 all the way up to an M3. The big difference on the M3, of course, on the look is going to be the front kidney grills. They have a different elongated design, which is going to look completely different to the other two models. Of course, performance is the biggest aspect of change. We are going from a 330 that has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that puts out 255 horsepower to an M340 that has the 3-liter inline 6-cylinder that's going to give you 382 horsepower, all the way up to an M3 that ranges from 473 horsepower up to 503 horsepower if you go with the competition package. Each one of these vehicles is going to have a little bit different suspension. The standard 330 is going to give you the standard suspension. The M340 is an upgraded M Sport suspension, which is a stiffer suspension, and it still has a dynamic drive control that can allow you to adjust stiffness in the vehicle, tightness in the steering. When you get all the way up to an M3, you're going to get an adaptive M suspension that gives you a lot more options to change and tweak exactly the way that you want it to. Obviously, there's a lot of aesthetic things that you can do differently. Of course, paint colors, trim colors, wheel styles, and wheel colors. And some of those are dictated by the trim line themselves. With a 4-cylinder option, you can make it look just like this vehicle, but of course it won't have the same exact performance when you get to the 6-cylinder. You go everywhere from the front here, which changes the front grille to give you this hexagonal breather curtain. It's going to just give it a more aggressive look. And then you're going to have the cerium gray finish on the kidney grills and on your mirror caps as well. When you step to the back of the vehicle, you're also going to notice that all the M Sport is going to give you this shadow line trim. It's going to be black around the windows versus a chrome option. As you step to the back, there is a spoiler, and then they also have a different rear bumper. It's going to look more sporty. It's kind of a gray finish and more of an octagonal style exhaust system. Of course, you're going to see the most iconic thing, which is the M Sport badge on these vehicles. You're going to see that on the M340. You're going to see that on the M3 as well. When you step to the front of the vehicle, on the inside, essentially these are all the same vehicle as far as the chassis is concerned, but they do tweak the seats and the finishes. You're going to see your sill finishers here that are going to show the iconic M Sport badge. You're also going to get an M Sport steering wheel, which is it's a little thicker and it's made out of a Nappa leather. One of the biggest differences beyond horsepower is going to be the costs. So with a 3 Series with an M Sport trim line, you're going to base on that vehicle somewhere in the $44,000 to $46,000 range. You're going to move up to an M340 where you're going to base somewhere around the $58,000 range. That's already going to come with this M Sport package, the trim line package, if you will, as far as the looks, the black trim, the mirror caps, and the more aggressive looking front end. And then you can go all the way up to an M3 that's going to give you somewhere in the range. It's going to start in the $77,000 range and can go all the way up, if you go with the competition package, up into the 80s. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you listening. And if you come on in anytime, you can see the differences yourself, and we can also take it on a drive and you can feel the difference yourself. Thank you.